Hi guys, so today we'll talk about two things. One is on gold. A lot of people are buying gold, a lot of people are getting into gold just like they got into small cap stocks last year. So there's a lot of rush into gold. I just want to tell you one thing. Look at this chart. 2011 to 2016, gold dropped from $1,920 to 1045. So this is a 40-50% drop. So that can happen in gold. Right now it is in the US trading at 3330 roughly. And if you assume that gold will not fall, that is not true. You need to have a strategy if you are long gold in futures or in ETFs. Either you go for a momentum strategy, or if you want to go for a value strategy, I would say wait for maybe a 10% or a 15% drop. So that is about gold. Now we'll talk about the second thing, which is because a lot of people are confused now whether they should invest at 25,000, 24,000 Nifty or 23,000. When Nifty was 24,000, people were giving targets anywhere between 20,000 and 26, 27,000. When Nifty came to 23,000, a lot of people were giving targets of 21,000. That Nifty will definitely go to 21,000. But what did Nifty do? Nifty went to 22 and it came back to 24. And right now people are again saying that from 24 it will go back to 22. The reality is that index you cannot predict where it will go, because one day Reliance goes up by 5%, it has a huge weightage in Nifty. It will move Nifty quite a lot. So only very few stocks impact Nifty, not even 50 stocks. The top 10 stocks have much bigger weightage in Nifty 50. So I usually don't track the index. What I track is the stocks, the big stocks in momentum, and most of them are actually NBFCs, local stocks which are not impacted by tariffs. So you have NBFCs, and I'll show you all the 13 stocks where I'm focused and at what price you can enter. So Bajaj Finserv, it has run up a little bit, enter below 2,000. Bajaj Holding, again amazing stock, below 12,000. Bajaj Finance below 9,000. Bharti Airtel, amazing stock, local story, total local story. I mean, what will Bharti Airtel? It doesn't really have any impact if Trump increases tariffs or reduces tariffs. It just stays the same. But don't enter before it falls a little bit, maybe around 1,800. Then you have DB Slab. Again, it is a huge run up, 5,700. I'm not too positive about pharma. I mean, there are other stocks like Laurus Labs and so on, but I would still avoid these stocks. And then you have Indigo. Again, a very local story, because Indigo is one of these airline companies, right? And it has gone up from 4,000 to 5,200. March it was 4,500, and now in April end 5,250. It depends. You could enter it, and again, I mean, a lot depends on the ongoing situation, because a lot of people are fearful now, and maybe they'll not travel to Kashmir, or they will travel less to other places. The stock has been under pressure for last 4 days. So if you see, out of the last 4 days, only one day it has gone up. The rest of the 3 days it's gone down. I would want to see a little bit of consolidation before buying into the stock. Plus, I would want to see that there is some clarity on the situation, the political situation in Kashmir after the Pahalgam attacks. Now, ICICI Bank is an interesting one. Again, a local bank, amazing stock. Definitely, I would buy it below 1,350. HDFC Life and HDFC Bank, both again are finance stocks. HDFC Bank maybe below 1,850 and HDFC Life below 700. Eicher Motor is another interesting auto stock, because a lot of auto stocks have gone down. Let's say Tesla comes in, and then Tesla takes away the market share from M&M and so on. This will eventually happen. Not from Tesla, but it may happen from the Chinese companies. The they have they have companies which are producing cars which are 2 times, 3 times better and much cheaper than Mahindra and Tata and so on. So overall, over a long period of time, you would see that somehow either Japanese technology or Japanese cars in EV would dominate. And I don't see any reason to buy auto stocks at this point, other than maybe looking at Eicher Motor. And that too, there was a recent report which says that the EV sales are not that strong, and also the two-wheeler sales are not very strong. So I would skip this. JSW Steel is amazing stock. What is happening is that China has a lot of capacity to produce steel. So what China does is that they produce a lot of steel and then they ship it to the rest of the world. And what India did was to increase the tariffs. So any steel which is coming from China, they said, well, we will put a 10% tariff or X% tariff. That has helped JSW Steel a lot. If you look at the price on 7th of April, it went down below 925. So you could see some volatility in the market, and you could see that the price drops below 950. And I would say that that would be a good place to enter. If not 950, but I will not buy it above 1000. Then you have Kotak Bank. Kotak Bank went up a lot. It went from 1950 to 2300, and now it is cooling off, and let it cool off a little bit, at least till 2150. Let it touch its 20 DMA. So still, I think it is a little bit too pricey for me to enter. Even if you're entering from a short or medium term perspective, it is not something which you want to enter. Now again, Ultratech Cement, there is a lot of stuff happening in Ultratech Cement. They just announced that they'll get into wires business, different kinds of business. So this is not going to be a only cement company. They will get into different products. What happens usually is that when you get into a too wide product category, I want to produce this and that and everything, then your focus is not there. Your focus is not there, so you will not grow. And this is what maybe which will happen with Ultratech Cement. But barring that, I think overall cement sectors, whether it is Shree Cement, Ultratech Cement, JK Cement, these stocks you could really look at, because in the end they are not impacted by tariffs, and they have been in a fairly uptrend. So if you look at Ultratech Cement from March to April, last 2 months, it has gone up from 10,500 to 12,000. So that is about a 15% jump. Would I buy this one at this level? I don't know, maybe not. So these are the large cap 13 stocks which you can keep an eye on, and otherwise there are these other stocks also which are showing a lot of momentum. I'll quickly read through them and then you can analyze it on your own. I use stock charts, and so you can look at JSW Holding, BSC, Godfrey, Majgaon Dock, again defense stock. Chambal Fertilizer has been doing extremely well because Modi wanted to give a lot of leeway to the rural economy. Then you have Solar Industries, they make barud for defense. You have agriculture stock, Coromandel. You have medical stock or hospital stock, Narayan Hridayalaya. Then you have Aster DM Healthcare again. Then you have KIMS. Then you have Bajaj Finance, SRF, PNB Housing, and so on. Paytm again is doing well. Dixon Technologies, I won't invest. It's a very volatile stock. Max Financial Services, opening up of the insurance sector means that a lot of these insurance companies like Max, MFSL have been doing well. I made some money, but I'm out of this now. So you can look at some of these stocks. So this is the overall picture. We started with gold, and again, the final thought which I want you to leave with is that a lot of people are talking about war and how war will crash Nifty and so on, but you have to analyze Kargil. Kargil happened in June 1999, and the stock market did not go down. So you analyze the Nifty price for 1999, and you would see that during the war, the stock prices did not go down in India. So there are a lot of parameters. People know that usually these wars are very localized. It's not a full-fledged war. So So that is how it is. And so gold is something you need to be careful about. It can drop 40-50%. At what point it will drop, I don't know, but it can drop. It has done that in 2011. I am invested. I usually follow a momentum strategy for gold. Then we saw some of the stocks. So go for big stocks, not nifty. Go for stocks which are more focused on the local economy. So this is it for this Tuesday. Is it Tuesday today? Yes, it is a Tuesday. So 29th of April. We'll see each other tomorrow. I think nothing much will change tomorrow, but you never know. Let's see. Alright, guys, have a good one. Bye.